Hey everybody, Yankee here. I don't sit around doing negative reviews. I don't feel a need to slam products. Unless, of course, they're Kel-Tec, and that's just public service. But I don't sit here and spend my time just tearing down products for no reason. If I don't like something, I'll tell you it's not for me. If I think it's silly, I'll tell you I think it's silly. But I don't just generally go around doing negative reviews. I don't have reason to do that. I'm not trying to tear down a manufacturer that won't give me free stuff. I'm not trying to tear down a competitor of someone who sponsors my channel. I'm not doing any of that, so I don't have any need to really talk bad about stuff. But today I'm going to make an exception to that. One of the few exceptions I do make, where I'm going to slam a product hard. And it's not because of the product, it's because of the customer service from the company that makes the product, which is often the case when companies are hard to deal with. It's not the products themselves that are that bad. It's the company itself and how it runs that company. And in this case, that's definitely the case. The product I'm talking about is an Urban Carry holster. Now, this is one of their leather lock Urban Carry holsters. I bought this for my CZ Shadow 2 Carry. There wasn't a lot of holsters available for this gun right now, so I had to find one I could get. And usually I won't order something like this unless I can get it off Amazon or I can get it like 2-day shipping, because I don't like to wait. I'm very impatient. But since I couldn't find a lot of options for this, I decided I'll order this and I'll wait. And I did. I ordered it and I waited for it. And eventually it came. It wasn't an extraordinary long period of time. It was more time than I'd like to wait, but it did come. And I was excited to get it and start carrying this gun. But I got it. It's the wrong color. It's brown. I ordered black. I was very disappointed when I opened up the package. And the first thing I thought to myself, of course, was, did I order the right one? Did I make a mistake? So I go check my order. Nope, I ordered the right one. And then I check the little invoice that came with the holster, and it says right on it, black. So they sent me the wrong holster. So I go to their website, I contact them, and I'm a little upset because I'd already waited longer than I normally would for a holster, but I didn't say anything about it. I just said, hey, I ordered a black holster. Y'all sent me a brown one. I gave them my order number, and I said, we need to get this taken care of. Well, didn't hear anything from them. So the next day, I did it again. Sent them a text message and contacted them on their website again. That time I heard back. And I heard back in an email that said, hey, we hear that you're saying you got a brown holster when you ordered black. Are you sure you ordered black? Which was the first thing I checked. And I sent back an email saying, yes, I checked that right off the bat. Even the little invoice that came with it says black. Sent that back to them. Well, the next day, I get another email. And it basically says, are you super sure you didn't order the wrong one? Because people often make a mistake when they're ordering the holsters. They don't select right hand, left hand, or the color. I'm like, no, I'm sure I ordered the right one. The invoice even has the right one on it. So then I get an email back the next day saying, we see according to your invoice that you ordered a black holster. You're claiming you were sent brown. Are you sure it's brown? It's brown. I'm like, what kind of stupid question is that? Why would I be contacting you? I sent him a picture of it saying, it's brown. I ordered black. You sent me brown. I know I ordered the right one. I know this isn't black. So I sent that back to him. Well, the next day I get an email saying, I've helped you as far as I can. I'm going to transfer you to a human representative. So I've been talking to AI that whole time. And now I'm already 3 or 4 more days into waiting for the holster I ordered. So at this point, I'm getting a little upset. But I get an email from them the next day saying, hey, this is blah, blah, blah. We're seeing that you are having a problem with the holster you ordered. You ordered black, and it says we sent you brown. And she says, are you sure it's brown once again? And I'm like, yes, it's brown. So they send me back. I send that back. Next day, I get another message saying, all right, we're going to issue a recall ticket. We're going to email you the packaging you need to send it, or I guess they were going to email me a tag. You package it up, put the tag on it, drive it to your post office or your UPS store, wherever, drop it off, which is an hour drive for me. And once we get it back, we'll initiate the exchange. I'm like, well, that's a lot of work for me, plus a lot more time I'm going to be waiting for the holster I actually ordered, and I want to start carrying this gun. I would prefer you send me the black one with a package that I can put this one in, and then we can have it picked up at my residence and sent back to you. Then I get an email from saying, we can't do that. And I was like, why not? And they were like, another day of waiting here for emails. They said, we can't do that because from experience, we have learned when we do that, often the customer doesn't send back the incorrect item. So therefore, we're on the hook for both holsters. Surely you can understand. And I'm like, no, I don't understand. You made a mistake. I ordered the right holster. I paid for the right holster. You sent me the wrong holster. And now, before I can get the right holster, I have to go through all these extra steps, wait all this extra time, because now I don't only have to wait the time it took originally for it to be shipped to me, but the several days it's taken me to actually convince you that we need to do something and that I'm not crazy and I got the wrong color, etc. I've waited all that time. Now I got to wait until I can actually get it down to the post office, which, like I said, is an hour drive for me. And then I got to wait for it to ship to you because I'm sure you're not paying for overnight shipping. And then I got to wait for you to get it back in and hope, knowing that you obviously have problems doing things correctly, hope you're actually going to initiate an exchange and send me another one in a timely manner. Mostly just hoping you actually do it, period. And then I got to wait for that to ship to me again. So I'm starting from scratch. So it seems like you're putting all the onus here, all the responsibility for the error on me, the person who did nothing wrong, who was giving you business. And they're like, well, that's just the way we do it. We don't trust our customers, basically is what they were saying. And I'm like, well, that's you not taking any responsibility. I said, what you should have learned from the experience, and since you've got a lot of experience in this, you obviously send the wrong item quite often. What you should have learned from experience is that we need to start sending the right item, or we run the risk of sending out two when someone orders something that we send them the wrong one of. That should be the lesson you should be learning. We should be taking more responsibility, not we should be telling our customers they're untrustworthy and that they're responsible for our mistakes, which is what they're doing. That don't sit well with me. So I finally just told them, after going back and forth over, can't you just send me one with a return ticket? I'll send it back. And if I don't, you suffered from your mistake. I'm not suffering from mine. Do you not understand that you're putting the blame on the customer here and you're putting all the weight of getting it done the right way on the customer? And they were like, well, blah, 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 blah. So I just said, oh, you know what? Just send me a return ticket. I'm just going to return the holster. I'll get a holster somewhere else. I can do that faster than I can get this one exchanged, obviously. So I'm going to do that. So just send me a return ticket. I'm just going to send it back for a refund. Then I didn't hear from them for 3, 4, 5 days. I contacted them, said, hey, I haven't heard from you in several days. Where's my return ticket? And then they're like, oh, sorry, you don't have your return ticket. Did you check your junk mail? I checked my junk mail, nothing in my junk mail. I'm like, I don't have anything from you. I can see all of our emails. There's no return ticket. So they're like, well, we'll resend the return ticket. So they resent it, and I got it the next day. So now I've got the return ticket, I do believe. Still ain't got time to take it down. Can't use this one in the meantime because I got to send it back. So I'm stuck not being able to carry the gun that I bought because I don't have a holster for it, weeks after I should have had a holster. And Urban Carry is not taking any of the responsibility for their mistake. If I was a business and I made a mistake and I sent you the wrong product, I'd have been like, hey, I'm going to overnight you the right product along with a package you can send the old one back. Or I might even say, hey, keep the old one too. Because we made a mistake. You got lucky. We're taking responsibility for our mistake. But no, Urban Carry was very adamant that, yeah, we make this mistake all the time, but we don't take responsibility for it. The responsibility's on you. And since you customers, are such irresponsible, untrustworthy people, we're not going to make it right until we have all of our stuff back. And then we'll do it in our time frame. Because I asked them, how long will it take to initiate the refund? Or to initiate the return originally. And they were like, should be no more than a week. I'm like, another week? That's not acceptable. But like I said, in the end, Urban Carry is a company that I will never buy from again. I'm going to send this one back because I can't carry in it, because if I use it, I'm sure they won't accept it as a return. Plus, I got to send it back to get the one I want. If I wanted the one I wanted anymore, which I don't, I'm going to return this one. So I'm stuck not being able to carry my gun because Urban Carry is a crap company with crap customer service. Their products are fair for mass-produced products, but the customer service is awful. They won't take responsibility for their own mistakes. They'll even admit that they make them quite often, but they'll tell you that you're not trustworthy and they ain't taking a risk, even though the mistake was theirs. Please hit that like button and share this video on whatever social media you have. Since this is a restricted channel, you're the only chance we have to overcome YouTube's anti-2A bias and discrimination.